Hi everyone, I hope you're doing great. I wanted to show you a little bit on fussy cutting. It really makes for a neat quilt. I have had these acrylic pieces for a while, and they actually have paper on the back that you need to pull off. I guess I've just never bothered. And I've got 6 layers of this very pretty printed fabric. Now this shape right here is actually called a kite. And then I also have my paper pieces, which are smaller than the template. But if I were to take my paper and go, okay, I'm gonna cut out this super cute dog shape, I don't really know where to line it up. So that's where this comes in handy. So you can see here, I've got him very well in this window frame. Now, the blue is actually going to be your seam allowance. So it's okay if there's little bits of the other print. But one thing I want to check, because I have 6 layers of fabric, I have tried to match them up as best that I can so that my dogs line up. They're not perfect, but they're pretty close. One thing you can do when you're lining it up, if you want, you can pin all the stacks. So I'm using his ears kind of. So this one I need to pull down a slight bit. But there you have it. This is not going to be perfect, but it will give you a very good idea of how to do this when you do lay it out. So I've got 6 layers, and I'm going to cut 6 of this shape. But like I said, I want to make sure that I haven't gone past the edge of any of these fabrics, because I am so close to the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I'm good. So I'm actually going to use my pencil, or if you have a disappearing ink pen, you can use that as well. I'm just going to use my pencil. This is going to be part of the part that gets folded back anyway, so it should not show. So there you go. You can see I have the shape marked. Before I start cutting, I am going to pin these all together because they're probably going to slip a little bit. And I do have 6 layers of fabric. Maybe one more right here. Of course, you want to use your fabric scissors and you want them to be nice and sharp. So let's just say a little prayer that this is going to cut through all 6 layers. I know a lot of people like to cut out these fussy cuts for their I Spy quilts. That also works very nicely. Okay. So now I have 6 of my shape cut. So hopefully they're all about the same. And then what you will do is you'll take your shape, I'm going to get it lined up, and then you're going to, of course, finger press. I know most people want me to go ahead and put that pin in there. Let me put that pin in there to stabilize it. Finger press all the way around. That really helps get that shape. Then you're going to take and baste it. Now I always go in the same direction. start mine, I start my needle underneath between the paper and the fabric every time. I did a few stitches there. Come up to this point, wrap it well. Oops, that was a little bit too big for a basting stitch. There we go. Keep that folded. Come to this corner, fold it over. Sometimes you have to play with it a little while to get it where you want it. Okay. Come down here to this end. These are always kind of tricky. So you see I've got both sides folded. This I actually just go through all the layers a couple of times. So it's a big shape. Doesn't want to lay as flat. I want to make sure I have enough stitches that this is not going to come undone. I'm going to go ahead and knot it here. And then of course I always feed it back through. I like it when my tail is hidden. And I'll cut it right there at the edge of the fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this. I'm going to press it down a little bit better so you can see. And there is your dog basted on that shape. So then I would just go around and do the next one. Then you end up with these really, really, really cute fussy cuts. Let me show you how this is all going to lay together when it gets done. Isn't that sweet? I sure hope this has been helpful. I look forward to seeing the ones that you make. Thanks everyone, happy sewing. If you did enjoy this video, please like, feel free to subscribe, and then of course you'll be notified of all future videos. I look forward to hearing all of your questions and comments. Happy sewing!